into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on one of America's most iconic coins, the Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might think these little coins are just pocket change, but some of them are worth millions. Join us as we explore the top 30 most valuable ultra-rare Lincoln pennies. Make sure to stick around until the end, where we'll reveal a penny that could be sitting in your change jar right now. Let's get started. Today, we're going to dive deep into one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in recent history, the 1963 Lincoln penny. That's right, we're talking about a 1-cent coin that recently sold for an eye-popping $88, $227. How does a simple penny, the kind you probably have lying around, become worth that much? What makes this specific coin so rare and valuable? And could you have one of these hidden in your own change jar? Stay tuned, because we're going to cover all of that and more. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Since then, it's been a staple of U.S. currency, with a few design changes over the years. By 1963, the penny still bore the familiar image of Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner. But why 1963, and what's so special about the Denver minted version, the one with the D mint mark? Coins are struck at different U.S. mint locations. In 1963, pennies were produced at two mints, Philadelphia, which has no mint mark, and Denver, which uses the D mint mark. The Denver Mint produced a whopping 1.7 billion pennies in 1963, so they're not exactly rare, at first glance. However, a few of these coins, specifically those in near-perfect condition, are extremely valuable. When we talk about coins worth tens of thousands of dollars, we're usually referring to MS-67 or MS-68 graded coins. These are coins in mint state, which means they've been preserved in almost flawless condition since they were struck. An MS-68 grade indicates that the coin is almost perfect under magnification, with barely any imperfections or blemishes. And this is where things get exciting. In recent auctions, an MS-68 1963 Lincoln cent sold for an astonishing $88,227. Imagine owning a penny worth more than some luxury cars. So, why is condition so important? Well, coins that remain in circulation suffer wear and tear. They get scratched, dented, and tarnished. Coins in mint state, those that have never circulated, are extremely rare, especially when they've been preserved for over 60 years. Out of the billions of 1963 pennies produced, very few have remained in such pristine condition. In fact, out of the many 1963 pennies submitted for grading, only a handful have received an MS-68 rating. That scarcity drives the price up in the collector's market, where serious buyers are willing to pay top dollar for the best of the best. To put this into perspective, 1963 was a significant year in American history. The country was in the middle of the Cold War, President John F. Kennedy was tragically assassinated, and the U.S. was making huge strides in the space race. While these pennies were being struck at the Denver Mint, history was being made in all areas of life. But before you start tearing apart your piggy bank looking for a 1963 penny, let's talk about what makes these high-value coins stand out. Here are the key factors. Condition. As mentioned, coins in mint state condition, MS-67 or MS-68, are extremely valuable. Even a small scratch or mark can lower the value significantly. Luster. The coin must have a brilliant, original mint luster. A coin that has toned or lost its shine will be valued less. Strike. Coins that have a sharp, clear strike, where all the design details are well defined, are more sought after. Rarity of the grade. In the case of the 1963 Lincoln cent, the rarity isn't in the mintage number but in the number of coins that have survived in such high grades. So, where can you sell one of these coins if you're lucky enough to have one? Well, rare coin auctions like heritage auctions or Stack's Bowers are where these high-grade coins fetch big bucks. In fact, the $88,227 record was set at a recent auction where collectors and investors bid on the finest examples of U.S. coins. But here's the thing. Just because a 1963 penny sold for over $88,000 doesn't mean every 1963 penny is worth that much. Most examples in average condition might only be worth their face value, just 1 cent. However, even those in MS65 or MS66 condition can fetch anywhere from $20 to $500, depending on the market. If you want to know whether your 1963D Lincoln cent could be worth more than a penny, here are some tips. Check for the mint mark. Make sure it's a 1963D, which will have a small d under the date on the obverse side of the coin. Examine the condition. Look for scratches, wear, and any signs of damage. Use a magnifying glass if you need to get a closer look. Get it graded. If you think you have a coin in exceptional condition, you may want to have it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give it a grade, and if it's high enough, you could be sitting on a gold mine. So, there you have it, folks. The 1963D Lincoln cent may look like any other penny, but under the right circumstances, it can be worth a fortune. Imagine turning a penny into thousands of dollars. It's the kind of discovery every collector dreams of. Do you have a 1963D penny in your collection? Or maybe you've just found one. Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins and their amazing stories, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a video. We've got plenty more exciting coin content coming your way. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting! Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector or just someone who's stumbled upon a jar of old pennies, you're in for a treat today. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in U.S. history, the 1971D Lincoln cent. It's a small coin that you might have sitting in a drawer, but guess what? Some of these coins have recently been valued at an astounding $58, $9.29. That's right, a single penny could be worth a fortune. But why is that? What makes this coin so special? And how can you find one that might be worth thousands of dollars? Stick around because we're going to cover everything, from the history of the 1971D Lincoln penny, to what makes it so valuable, and current market trends for this unique coin. Let's jump right into it. Before we get into the money, let's take a quick look at the history of the 1971D Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent was introduced in 1909, honoring the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the design of the Lincoln penny has undergone a few changes, but one thing has remained constant: its place in everyday transactions. By 1971, the U.S. Mint had already been producing the Lincoln cent for over 60 years, and this little coin had become a staple of American currency. In 1971, the U.S. Mint in Denver, hence the D Mint mark, produced over 2.9 billion pennies. These coins were made of a copper alloy, containing 95% copper and 5% zinc. That's important because, back then, copper was relatively cheap. But fast forward to today, and the value of copper has skyrocketed. We'll touch more on that later. What makes these pennies intriguing to collectors is that most of them are still circulating. The Denver Mint struck an enormous quantity, but that doesn't mean every penny is the same. In fact, some of these coins have unique characteristics, like errors or rare conditions, which lead us to their incredibly high values. Now, let's get to the big question. Why on earth is a 1971D Lincoln cent worth nearly $60,000? The value of a coin is determined by a number of factors including condition, rarity, and demand. Let's break it down. Condition, mint state or MS grades. Coin collectors use a grading system to assess the condition of coins, ranging from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. The coins worth tens of thousands of dollars are almost always in MS66 or higher grades. These coins have been impeccably preserved since they were minted, showing little to no signs of wear. If you find a 1971D penny that's been in circulation, its condition will likely be much lower, and so will its value. However, if you come across one that's been in pristine condition, possibly sitting in a collection untouched for years, you could be looking at a big payday. Minting errors. One of the most valuable aspects of coin collecting is finding coins with minting errors. These errors occur during the production process and can create unique, one-of-a-kind coins. For the 1971D penny, certain rare errors like double die obverse, DDO, where parts of the design appear doubled, can dramatically increase the value. Other sought-after errors include off-center strikes and die cracks. Rarity and demand. As we mentioned earlier, while there were billions of these coins made, only a small fraction of them remain in mint condition or have these valuable errors. Coins like these are rare and in high demand from collectors who are willing to pay top dollar. When a coin is both rare and in demand, the value can skyrocket. Now, let's talk about the specific sale that's been getting everyone excited. The 1971 D Lincoln cent that sold for an impressive $58,929 at auction. This particular penny was graded at MS66 plus RD, which means it was in nearly perfect condition. The RD stands for red, referring to the bright copper color of the coin, another key factor that increases its desirability and value. Many older pennies turn a brownish color over time, but red pennies are much rarer. This coin was not only in fantastic condition, but it also had one of those coveted errors we talked about earlier, a double die obverse (DDO). It was a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and demand, and that's why it fetched such a high price. It's worth noting that coins like this don't come up for sale every day, but when they do, they attract intense interest from collectors and investors alike. Section 4. How to check if your 1971 D penny is valuable. Alright, so now you're probably wondering, do I have one of these valuable pennies? Here's a quick step-by-step guide to check. Look for the D mint mark. The D should be located below the date on the front of the coin. This indicates that it was minted in Denver. Examine the condition. The coin's condition is crucial. Look for a shiny, bright red color with minimal scratches or wear. If your penny is brownish and has lots of scratches, it's probably not worth much, but still worth checking. Check for errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin closely. Look at the lettering, Lincoln's face, and any fine details. Are there any doubled features? Does something seem off or unusual? This could indicate an error coin, which might be very valuable. Get it graded. If you think you've got a valuable penny, your next step is to have it professionally graded. A professional coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC, can confirm the condition and grade, which is essential for determining the value. Now, what's the current market value for a 1971 D Lincoln penny? As of today, most 1971 D pennies in average circulated condition are worth around 1 to 2 cents. Not very exciting, right? But coins in mint state condition, MS65 or higher, can fetch anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on their quality and color, red-brown, or red-brown. However, rare examples like the one we talked about, graded MS66 plus with an error, can sell for tens of thousands of dollars, just like the one that went for nearly $59,000. Prices fluctuate based on demand, so if you're lucky enough to have a high-grade coin, it might be worth holding onto it as the value increases over time. And there you have it. The fascinating story behind the 1971 D Lincoln cent, a coin that, if you're lucky enough, could make you thousands of dollars richer. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more awesome content on rare coins, collectibles, and all things money. Also, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny, or if you think you might have a valuable 1971 D penny in your collection. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting! Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing and valuable coins out there, the 1971 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. That's right! This humble-looking penny could be worth a staggering $38,929 in today's market. In this video, we'll explore the history behind this coin, why it's so special, how it can be worth so much, and most importantly, how you can find one yourself. Let's start by traveling back in time to understand the origins of the Lincoln penny. First minted in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin was groundbreaking because it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Before this, coins were decorated with allegorical images, like Lady Liberty, but in honor of one of America's greatest presidents, Lincoln was immortalized on the humble penny. The coin's design was created by Victor David Brenner, a prominent sculptor of the time, and the famous wheat ears design on the reverse stayed until 1958, when it was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial. Now, what does it mean when we say no mint mark? Most coins minted in the United States feature a mint mark to identify the city where the coin was made. For example, coins from Denver have a D, those from San Francisco have an S, and so on. But a coin without a mint mark? That typically indicates it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia coins were traditionally produced without a mint mark, as it was the original mint, and didn't feel the need to mark their coins. So when we say 1971 no mint mark Lincoln penny, we're talking about pennies that were made in Philadelphia. But here's where things get exciting. While 1971 pennies without a mint mark are common, it's the rare high-quality pennies from that year that fetch astronomical prices. But why is that? The value of a coin is determined by a few factors: rarity, demand, and condition. Let's break it down. Rarity. While millions of pennies were minted in Philadelphia in 1971, only a small number have survived in exceptional condition. Finding a 1971 penny that looks almost brand new, with no scratches or marks, is rare. Condition. Grading coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by professional coin grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service. A coin graded 1 is almost unrecognizable, while a perfect 70 is a flawless specimen. The 1971 penny we're talking about today has been graded MS67+, meaning it's nearly flawless, making it extremely rare and valuable. Demand. Serious coin collectors are always on the lookout for rare, high-grade coins. When one is found in near-perfect condition, it becomes highly sought after by these collectors, driving the price sky high. That's why this particular penny can reach a market value of $38,929. So, while the average 1971 penny might only be worth a cent, the ones in the highest grade, like the MS67+, can reach staggering prices. Now you might be thinking, could I have one of these in my pocket? The answer is, maybe. While it's not likely to find a top-tier MS67+ penny just lying around in change, it's not impossible either. Start by checking any 1971 pennies you have at home. Look for any that are in exceptional condition, with very little wear, no major scratches, and clear details. If you find one, it might be worth having it professionally graded. If your coin is in excellent condition, it could be worth sending it to a professional grading service. PCGS or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can help determine if you have a valuable specimen on your hands. But even without a professional grading, you can still research its potential value online or by visiting a local coin dealer. So, what's the current market like for this coin? Well, as of right now, one of the highest recorded sales for a 1971 no mint mark Lincoln penny in MS67+ condition is a jaw-dropping $38,929. And while not every penny will fetch this price, there are several out there worth thousands of dollars. Even those graded slightly lower can bring in a substantial amount of money. As the market for rare coins continues to grow, the demand for high-grade examples like this one is only increasing. So if you happen to have one or come across one, it could be worth a small fortune. If you believe you've found a high-grade 1971 no mint mark Lincoln penny, here are some steps to follow. Don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can drastically reduce its value. Let it stay in its original condition. Handle it carefully. Always hold coins by the edges to avoid smudging or scratching the surface. Get it graded. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate and grade the coin. Consider selling it at auction. Rare coins like these often fetch the highest prices at auction houses specializing in collectibles. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare finds, and if your coin is in great condition, it could be one of those lucky finds that makes a huge profit. So, there you have it. The story behind the 1971 no mint mark Lincoln penny that's worth a small fortune. Could this rare penny be hiding in your pocket change or coin jar? The only way to find out is to check. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating coin collecting stories, tips, and treasure hunts. Who knows what valuable find we'll uncover next? Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare pennies. Have you ever thought that a single penny could be worth thousands of dollars? Well, what if I told you that a 1977 Lincoln penny, without a mint mark, recently sold for a jaw-dropping $66,878? How is that possible? What makes this seemingly ordinary coin so valuable? Stick around, and we'll uncover the mystery behind this rare gem and explore its intriguing history and value. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, has long been a staple of American currency. The design, featuring the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, was created by sculptor Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, small changes were made to the penny, but the iconic image of Lincoln remained. Most pennies bear a mint mark, which identifies the U.S. Mint facility where they were produced. For instance, a D4 Denver or an S4 San Francisco. But what happens when there's no mint mark at all? And why would that make a coin so valuable? Mint marks have been used by the U.S. Mint since the 1830s. They're typically small letters that represent where the coin was made. For example, Philadelphia, the oldest mint in the country, didn't use a mint mark on its pennies until 1980, which is why pre-1980 pennies from Philadelphia have no mint mark. So, finding a penny from 1977 without a mint mark is actually not unusual. Most 1977 pennies were made at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark for its 1-cent coins. This raises a crucial question. Why is this specific 1977 penny without a mint mark worth $66,878? Let's dig deeper. This 1977 Lincoln penny may not seem different at first glance. After all, millions of them were struck at the Philadelphia Mint that year. But the key to its astonishing value lies in one important factor: its condition. This particular penny is what's known as MS-68 red. In coin collecting, MS stands for mint state, which refers to a coin that has never been circulated and is in pristine condition. The higher the MS number, on a scale from 1 to 70, the closer the coin is to perfect. A grade of MS-68 is exceptionally rare. What makes this even more special is the red designation, which refers to the color of the copper used in the coin. Most Lincoln pennies have a tendency to darken or tarnish over time, turning a brownish hue. But when a penny retains its original bright, reddish copper shine, it becomes significantly more valuable. Combining the MS-68 grade with the red color makes this penny an ultra-rare find. Even though millions of 1977 pennies were made, only a few survived in near-perfect condition. Of those, only a handful have been graded MS-68 red by professional coin grading services. That extreme rarity, along with the penny's incredible preservation, skyrockets its value in the collector's market. Coins like this are not just coins, they're pieces of history. When these rare, high-grade pennies appear at auction, collectors go crazy, and the bidding war can send prices soaring. In January 2024, this 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, graded MS-68 red, sold for an astonishing $66,878 at auction. This sale set a new record for this type of penny, shocking even seasoned collectors. But why such a high price? Here's why this particular coin fetched such an impressive amount. Condition. As we mentioned, MS-68 red is incredibly rare. Rarity. Only a few coins from 1977 have been found in such perfect condition. Collector demand. The penny has become a sought-after item for top collectors. Historical significance. The Lincoln penny is one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history, making it even more desirable. Now you might be wondering, could I have a valuable penny sitting in my collection? While the chances are slim, it's not impossible. Here's what to look for when checking your coins. 1. Check the date. Coins from 1977 are common, but you'll want to focus on their condition. 2. Look for no mint mark. While a missing mint mark alone doesn't make it valuable, it's worth noting. 3. Examine the color. Does it still have a reddish copper shine? That's a good sign. 4. Check for wear. Coins with little to no wear are much more valuable. 5. Consider professional grading. If you think you have a valuable penny, get it graded by a professional service to know its true worth. So, what do you think? The 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might look like any other penny in circulation, but in the world of coin collecting, it's an absolute treasure. If you're lucky enough to come across a similar coin in near-perfect condition, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. Remember, the key to discovering valuable coins is understanding what makes them rare, whether it's condition, rarity, or historical significance. Who knows, maybe you've got a rare penny hiding in your pocket right now. Or, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting coin collecting stories. And if you've got a rare coin in your collection, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear about it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins and collectibles. Today, we're talking about a penny that could be worth way more than just a cent. That's right, a 1980 mint mark Lincoln penny has made headlines by fetching an astounding $86,878 at auction. Curious about why this seemingly ordinary penny is worth so much? Stick around, because we're going to uncover its history, its value, and how you might have a hidden treasure in your pocket or coin collection. Let's get started. First, let's dive into the history behind this penny. The 1980 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln penny series, which started in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The series is one of the most recognizable and enduring in American numismatics. This particular coin comes from the Denver Mint, which is why it carries the D Mint mark. Since 1906 and is responsible for producing billions of pennies throughout the decades. 1980 was a high mintage year, with over 5 billion Lincoln pennies produced at the Denver Mint alone. So, how can something so common be so valuable? Now, here's where things get interesting. The Lincoln pennies from 1980 are generally not rare, unless we're talking about error coins. Error coins are coins that are misprinted or flawed in some way during the minting process. Collectors love them because these mistakes make the coin unique. Some common error types include double dies, where the image appears to have been struck twice, off-center strikes, where the design is not aligned correctly, and broad strikes, where the edge of the coin is not formed. The coin we're talking about today, the one that sold for over $86,000, was a remarkable error coin. So, what's special about this 1980 Lincoln penny that made it worth $86,878? The answer lies in its condition, rarity, and the specific type of error it carries. According to auction reports, this penny was in mint state condition, graded at MS67 by professional coin graders. For those of you unfamiliar with coin grading, MS67 means the coin is almost flawless, with only a few minor imperfections visible under magnification. Finding a coin from 1980 in such pristine condition is already rare enough. But this coin also had a unique error that caught the eye of collectors and drove up its value. The error that makes this penny stand out is believed to be a double die or some other significant minting anomaly. It's unclear exactly which error it had because auction houses often withhold certain details to protect the buyer and the authenticity of the coin. What we do know is that the coin's error was so rare and well preserved that it commanded a jaw-dropping price. In 2023, this penny was put up for auction and collectors from all over the world competed to get their hands on it. In the end, the final hammer price was an incredible $86,878. Now you might be wondering, do I have one of these rare pennies? While it's not easy to come across such a valuable coin, it's not impossible. So, what should you look for? Check the mint mark. The D mint mark below the date tells you it was minted in Denver. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for double dies, off-center strikes, or broad strikes. Check the coin's condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. Coins in mint condition are what collectors are after. Get it professionally graded. If you think you have a valuable penny, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give it a rating based on its condition. Currently, error coins and coins in top-notch condition are fetching significant prices in the market. The sale of the $86,878 penny reflects a growing trend in the numismatic world, where collectors are willing to pay large sums for rare and well-preserved coins. And while this particular 1980 Lincoln penny was an outlier in terms of value, other examples in less pristine condition or with less dramatic errors can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Cut to charts showing market trends in coin collecting. So, if you have a collection of old pennies, it might be worth giving them a second look. Who knows, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, there you have it. The incredible story behind the 1980 mint mark Lincoln penny that sold for over $86,000. It just goes to show that sometimes, the most valuable things are right under our noses. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, it's always worth taking a closer look at your coins. Who knows what treasures you might uncover? And remember, if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Hey, coin collectors and history buffs! Welcome back to the channel where we explore the fascinating world of rare coins. Today, we're talking about a piece of American history, the 1982 D Lincoln cent with the D mint mark. You won't believe the value this little penny has in today's market. Spoiler alert, one of these coins recently sold for an astonishing $71,992. Yup, you heard that right, a penny, worth almost $72,000. So, what makes this coin so special? How did a humble penny become such a high-value collectible? Stick around because we're about to dive deep into its history, the rare variants, and why it's such a big deal for collectors. Let's jump in. The story of the 1982 Lincoln cent starts in an era of economic change. By the early 1980s, the cost of producing pennies was rising due to the increasing price of copper. Prior to 1982, Lincoln cents were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, copper prices were soaring, and it eventually became too expensive to use in such large quantities for producing small denomination coins. So, in 1982, the U.S. Mint made a big decision. They transitioned from making pennies with a mostly copper composition to using a cheaper alternative, a copper-plated zinc planchet. This transition didn't happen all at once. In fact, 1982 was a chaotic year for pennies, as the mint produced both copper and zinc pennies. That's why if you find a 1982 penny, it could either be made of copper or zinc, depending on when it was minted. But here's the kicker, not all pennies from 1982 are created equal. So, let's talk about the D mint mark. The D stands for Denver, where this particular penny was minted. Now, most 1982 D pennies are relatively common and wouldn't raise an eyebrow in the coin collecting world. However, one version of the 1982 D penny stands out. It's made of bronze, or primarily copper, instead of zinc. It turns out that a small number of these pennies were struck on leftover bronze planchets instead of the newer zinc ones. This rare mistake is what has collectors buzzing. Host voiceover animation showing the difference between zinc and copper. A regular 1982 D penny made of zinc weighs about 2.5 grams, but the rare copper version weighs around 3.11 grams. That weight difference may seem minor, but in the world of coin collecting, it's massive. And that's where the value comes in? Alright, let's get to the exciting part. The reason why this 1982 D Lincoln penny is causing such a stir. In 2017, one of these bronze 1982 D pennies sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $18,800. But the story doesn't end there. Fast forward to August 2022, and another 1982 D bronze penny sold for an incredible $71,992 at auction. So, what made this particular coin so valuable? This penny was graded by Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, as MS65RD, meaning it was in nearly flawless, mint condition, and it had the highly coveted red designation, which refers to the coin's original luster and color. The rarity of the coin, combined with its pristine condition, is what pushed its value to almost $72,000. Now I know what you're thinking. How can I tell if I have one of these rare 1982 D copper pennies? Great question. First, you'll want to weigh your penny. If it weighs around 3.11 grams, that's your first clue you might have something special. You can pick up a digital scale for relatively cheap online or at a hardware store. Next, check the mint mark. The rare 1982 copper penny has the D mint mark for Denver. If you have a penny with no mint mark or a different year, it won't be part of this ultra-rare group. But don't worry, even without the mint mark, some copper 1982 pennies are still worth more than face value. Speaking of value, not all 1982 pennies are worth $71,992, but they can still be valuable. Pennies from 1982 made of copper, even if they don't have the D mint mark, are still worth more than 1 cent depending on their condition. Some of these coins can fetch anywhere from $10 to $50. Condition is a major factor when determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. As we mentioned earlier, that $71,992 penny was graded MS65RD. Even if you have a rare 1982 D copper penny, if it's heavily circulated, the value will be significantly lower. Collectors are always looking for coins that are in great condition, sharp details, clean surfaces, and vibrant color. So if you find a 1982 D penny, take a good look at its condition before getting too excited. Now, if you think you've hit the jackpot and found a rare 1982 D copper penny, what should you do next? Well, the first step is getting your coin authenticated and graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. This will give you a definitive answer on the coin's composition and its condition. Once graded, you can list your coin at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, or sell it to specialized coin dealers. These platforms have the right audience and expertise to ensure you get the best value for your rare coin. With the current demand for rare coins and the historical significance of the 1982 D penny, these coins could continue to rise in value. Coin collecting is not just about owning a piece of history, it's also an investment. Who knows, in a few years, we could be talking about a 1982 D penny selling for over $100,000. So, what do you think? Will you be checking your spare change for a 1982 D copper penny? Remember, even if you don't find the rarest one, you could still have a penny worth more than just 1 cent. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more coin collecting tips, history, and market updates. Also, drop a comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin or have any questions about the 1982 D penny. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting, everyone! Welcome back to Coin Collector's Universe. Today, we're diving deep into a story that's as small as a penny but holds immense value, a coin that's caused a massive stir in the world of numismatics, the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. And guess what? One of these coins recently sold for a whopping $91,992. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, has been a staple of American currency for over a century. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny became an iconic symbol of American history and resilience. But what makes the 1982 no-mint mark penny so special? Let's start by understanding the changes that occurred in 1982. 1982 was a pivotal year for the U.S. Mint. Due to rising copper prices, the Mint decided to transition from copper pennies, which had been the standard for decades, to a more cost-effective zinc core with a thin copper plating. This transition wasn't smooth, resulting in both copper and zinc pennies being minted that year. But the changes didn't stop there. Some of these coins were struck with mint marks, while others weren't. And that's where the mystery of the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny begins. Typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia didn't carry a mint mark, while those from Denver had a small D on the front, just below the date. But this time, a penny from Philadelphia was struck without a mint mark, creating one of the rarest errors in modern U.S. coinage. So, why is this no mint mark 1982 penny such a big deal? For starters, this specific error wasn't discovered until years after the coin was minted, making it an unexpected and highly sought-after find. It was believed that all Philadelphia pennies were meant to have the P mint mark starting in 1980 for certain denominations, but for some reason, a small batch of Lincoln cents from 1982 slipped through without one. Finding one of these coins in circulation is like finding a needle in a haystack. The rarity, combined with the fact that it's an era coin from a transitional year, has made it one of the most coveted pennies among collectors today. Now, let's talk about that jaw-dropping sale. In 2017, a 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny fetched an incredible $91,992 at a major auction. Why such a high price? Well, it all comes down to a few key factors: rarity, condition, and demand. This particular penny was graded by PCGS as mint state 67, an almost perfect condition for a coin over 35 years old. Coin collectors go crazy for coins with minimal wear, making this penny an absolute treasure in the numismatic world. So, how can you find one of these valuable pennies? First, you'll want to look at the date on your penny. It has to be from 1982. Then, check under the year for the mint mark. If there's no mint mark, you might be holding a rare coin. But wait, the story doesn't end there. 1982 pennies come in two different compositions, copper and zinc. To really pinpoint the rare no mint mark penny, you'll need to know its weight. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. If you have a no mint mark copper penny from 1982 in excellent condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Now, let's talk about the current market value. While not every 1982 no mint mark penny will sell for $91,992, even lower grade versions of this coin can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their condition. The demand for era coins, especially from transitional years like 1982, remains strong among collectors. Prices fluctuate with the market, but one thing's for sure: these pennies will always hold value. If you're a budding collector, this is a great time to dive into coin hunting. Start by checking your change. You never know when you might come across a rare penny. And if you're serious about collecting, investing in a quality scale and a coin magnifier can be game changers for identifying rare coins like the 1982 no mint mark penny. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that has turned heads and broken records. Who would have thought that a simple penny could be worth nearly $100,000? Have you checked your collection lately? You might just have a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Coin Collector's Universe for more coin stories, tips, and market updates. And let us know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? See you next time.